I
What do you
was
have?
just going over the day today, and all went so perfect. And I had to take public transportation. All went perfect, which is not obvious. And and then, still, and that often happens. And still, there is stress. And then I go inside. I shouldn't have stress because
Mm,
everything goes perfect. Everything is going fine, and still I'm stressed. So people would say I'm very sensitive to stress, or I don't know how you say that in English, stress sensitive or so.
yeah, sensitive to stress, I think. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you shouldn't have stress
yeah,
because everything's going fine. Is that
yeah,
true?
yes.
And you absolutely know it's true that you shouldn't have stress after this perfect day where everything went smoothly, no problems. Can you absolutely know you shouldn't have stress?
No.
So how do you react? What happens when you believe this, that you shouldn't have stress?
Um, I'm impatient with myself. Um, I I have accompanying thoughts like you're doing this to yourself. you know, all the stress because there's no reason to to be stressed. So um, I also feel um, uh, underlying beliefs like this is too good, it can't last. It's like as if I'm trying to anticipate on things that will go wrong. So, and but the most, the most, the strongest feeling is that that I'm kind of irritated by myself, towards myself.
Right. And how do you treat the stress itself when you think you shouldn't have stress?
It shouldn't be there. I want to ignore it, and I can't ignore it. And it just shouldn't be there. It has no right to be there in this situation when everything goes smooth.
Right. Right. So, who would you be without this thought in the same situation? Who would you be without the thought you shouldn't have stress when it does become, when you do feel stress, even though everything went fine?
um, my first thought was that I wouldn't have stress, but when I when I would still have stress and then think and not think that it shouldn't be there, then it would just be part of the whole experience, I think. I would probably look at it and and start some inner laughing because I can see there is no reason to be stressed. And I'm still stressed, but okay, that's the way it is. That's the way I am in that moment.
Hmm.
And that in itself would take away a lot of the charge of the stress. Maybe the whole stress would disappear.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's
it's a big
I
difference
would
with
do, Yeah, I would be more in the moment. There would be no thoughts like, yeah, now it's all going fine, but wait until, that kind of thoughts wouldn't be there. It would all be just part of that's the way it is. I feel some stress, but it's it's
Okay.
the stress has a right to be there. It probably points me to something.
Mm.
Especially when everything's going smoothly.
So turn it around. I shouldn't have stress when
I should
everything's going
have stress.
fine. I should have stress. Why?
Yeah.
What are some possibilities why you should?
Well, probably because of underlying beliefs that it points to underlying beliefs that I can question.
Very
So
possible. Yeah.
that's
Even though it
nice.
was a perfect day, there may still be some underlying beliefs that are now showing up.
Yeah.
What else? Why is it
Um,
understandable you would have stress at this point?
well, a lot of times things do go wrong with public transportation. so so it's actually almost a miracle when it doesn't.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah. So it's very understandable that I have a little stress.
You might have been just a little bit worrying about it, even though it all went fine, and then
Yes.
now you
Yes.
feel it.
Yeah.
Have
Um,
stress. How else? How else is it? Is it normal? How is it okay that you have stress? How is it understandable? How's it good?
it keeps me alert. Mm, mm, no idea. Do you have any?
What is your theory about having a good day? If you have a good day, then everything should just be 100% perfect, or what? Is it okay to have a mix of good and stress?
Probably in my uh, perfectionist mind, there should be no stress. It should all be
Right.
very, I don't know, maybe even under control or so. No, that's not true. I'm very open to other experiences that I didn't plan and that surprise me. So, but not that kind of um, how you say that when you go um, from one public transport to another and the time in between becomes too short or you miss your connection
Miss your
there.
connection.
Yeah, you miss
Yeah.
your connection. That's something I really don't like. So
Yeah.
it depends on
Yeah.
what I like and what I don't like.
Right. But it's interesting how the mind can start thinking if it's perfect, then it has to be 100% perfect with not even
Yes.
any stress coming up.
Yeah.
And and that's maybe it happens, but it's also rare.
Yes. It is. So yeah, that could very well be the cause of my stress.
And any other reasons, even physical reasons possibly, that you would feel stress at that point in your day?
No.
Okay.
No sign of urgently needing to go bathroom or something like that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
So,
no, not really.
and how
Um,
does it serve you that the stress does come up? Like, why is it good for you? Why does it help? Is it helpful in any way?
I have no idea. I don't think so. That's why I
So we're
think it
back to square
shouldn't be
one,
there.
right? So it shouldn't be there. We come full circle. Some thoughts I'm like, oh, this is what I'm holding on to.
Yeah. But I can see that the stress is pointing to something that is underlying, and that's interesting for me.
That is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Don't know
maybe the
what it
next
is yet,
time,
but there's
yeah,
something. Mhm.
yeah. There's something about perhaps uh, a need or um, or a longing or whatever. Something I don't know. It's I also it also depends on the circumstances because when I'm, for example, when I'm with a friend, I don't care so much because we can still talk to each other whether we miss a connection or not. We're still together. It's different. It depends on whether I'm on my own or whether I have to be on time somewhere. That's really stressful when I need to be on
Mhm.
time. But that was not the case today. So
Yeah,
it
there
kind
might
of
be
depends.
interesting to
Yeah.
just to look at what missing a connection means to you. It might be different in different situations, but
Mm.
it could be an interesting list of stressful situations or stressful thoughts about missing a connection. And who knows, that may be what this little stress is pointing to. And then that
Yeah,
can be
maybe
worked.
now that you say that, that reminds me of something that happened in a past long ago, like decades ago, um, when we went, at that time, I was driving a motorbike, and we went on a trip to Scotland with the whole motor club. So we drove, we took the boat and everything, and we had to be back in time after 3 days or so to catch the boat back to the to the continent, like the English say, and and someone's motorbike had became broken, defect. They had a defect, and I remember I was really stressed out that we would miss the boat. And at some point,
Okay.
someone said to me, but then we just take the next one. And it hadn't even appeared in my mind you could take the next one. See,
Right.
it had to be that one, the one that
Yeah.
we had booked. So it was really strange. Someone said that to me, and I was like, huh? Of course. Why didn't I even think of that? So maybe it has to
Yeah.
do with some kind of thinking in that way. Like when I plan, I look it up in the schedules when this bus, that tram, that train, whatever, and they have their hours where you have to be there, and then so it has to be that way. So
Yeah.
somehow
Yeah.
it has to be the way it's pointed out.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So this could be what this stress was
Yes.
pointing to. Like it was so far down that all you do is just feel a stress and you think, oh, why is this stress bothering my day? But it's
Hmm.
pointing possibly to an area which you could explore with the work around missing connections and making sure that the timetables are accurate and that the trains and buses are on time and everything is according to plan. Like it could be a very interesting area to explore with
Yeah.
the work. So cool. So I should have stress. That's the original turnaround going
Yes.
back to, yeah, I should have stress.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. If
Cool.
I believe all that they have to be in time and everything, according to the schedule
Then
that I pointed out. Yeah.
it's understandable that you
Especially,
would have stress.
yeah,
And
especially
it's a
in
good thing.
here with the public transportation that is almost never in time.
Exactly. So, and a good thing that you're feeling that stress because it gives you a chance to do the work on something that you can't control that
Yes.
much. And so that can give you uh, some new perspectives, possibly, that
Mhm.
may be helpful in the future. So, thank goodness for the stress,
Yes.
the alarm clock. Awesome. Well, thank you for your work. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.